And it looks like we are live, so I'm going to say hello, everyone, and welcome to a terrible stream for terrible people. How are we doing this fine Monday? What happened to you? What did you do? You used to be cool. I'm just changing up the thing. Or, you could have just done something this weekend that was good or whatever. I don't know. I spent a big portion of the weekend researching taxi firms, which was quite the rabbit hole in order to go down. And it was the thing that we thought would be the least stressful, and it's turned out to be the most stressful in the, as many of you know, upcoming first holiday Sir Sick has had in 20 years. Because, my goodness, we found this one company, and they seemed pretty legit. And they had a nice website, and they had like when you typed in the information, it would ask for your flight number, and when you filled it in, it would say, "Oh, this one. Well, if you click here, we'll make sure that we send out a car at this time." And I thought, "Wow, that's really cool." And the price wasn't too bad. It was a little bit lower than some of the other things that had similar but not quite as good websites. So it was like really good website, very, very intuitive and usable, versus these other things that are a bit more expensive and not quite as good. And so, I went to pay. Didn't think to look up. Didn't really brain it because we'd looked through so many of these sites, and we found one that was good. And then it tried to charge me 15 quid more for no reason than what it initially said. And we went, wait a fucking second. What is going on? And so, obviously, that led us down a rabbit hole that this company is shit. Like, really, really not very good. And, like I have a list of about 10 different companies that we looked at, and none of them passed the vibe check. And ultimately, Sir almost scammed. I went to pay. I clicked on the thing. It brought up the, "Oh, you're trying to pay a decent amount of money. Verify this with your banking app." It was 135, and then it was 150, and I was like, "That's not what you said before. This must be an error." Actually, after we did that, we went back, and the price had increased by £1 on both ends of that as well, just to take the absolute piss. They managed to scam themselves out of a customer. It was kind of remarkable how ridiculous a mess that whole thing was. And ultimately, it seems that the best bet, according to basically the internet at large, is Uber, which is a company that I've only ever used to order takeaway from extremely niche restaurants that aren't on Just Eat, which everybody is on. So I already had an account, which was helpful. Much better price, and apparently, like, the service is fine. Like, it is what it is. Extra fee. It wasn't an extra fee, though. It was just more. Like, they didn't say, "Oh, yeah, you've got to pay this, this, and this." They just said, "Yeah, it's more."
It didn't even say that, though.
Yeah.
It didn't mention about any type of extra fees thing. It just added it on top without telling you.
Ruin the taxi company for fun whilst on holiday? I mean, I don't think I'm going to ruin the taxi company. They have a lot of negative reviews, even with my reach. Although it's my reach on my stream, which, let's be frank, there are about 100 people who turn up on the day, and maybe, I mean, it's still like 1,000 to 2,000 people will watch it after the fact, which is a lot of people, but most of them aren't going to be using this taxi company. But it wasn't impressive. Silly sick. Pounds are a measure of weight. Oh, my mistake. I always make that mistake. There. And I always shout it at staff members when they try to charge me money. But yeah, it was so annoying. Uber for sure. Yeah, I don't know why, but I have in my head that, like, Uber bad. I think it's Uber bad usually for the people who work for them, but ultimately, it still exists, and I need to get there. Taxis are expensive as fuck. This was like £50 less, like significant. I could do a local taxi firm, but they don't have proper airport. Like Uber has flight tracking, and flight tracking is so important. It's basically because when we come home, we're coming home like super early in the morning, and we spent some time thinking about this. We had a long conversation, and at first we were like, well, we're getting in really early in the morning, and it's going to be really expensive to just taxi home. So what if we got a hotel, which was pretty cheap, like a fraction of the cost of a taxi? So yeah, we could do that, and then we could like go into the local big city and like wander around and extend the holiday out. It's like that could be really fun. That could just be an icing on top. And then we remembered luggage, and it would be so shit to just walk around a huge city with fucking two great big bits of luggage and backpacks on. And I was like, do you know, I'd probably just go home and sleep in our own bed. Also, when I spoke to other people, they said, when you get home from holiday, you won't want to do that. You'll want to just go home as soon as you possibly can, because as much as you'll be relaxed and have a nice time from the holiday, the traveling bit does kind of bookend it in a way that you just want to be home. If only there were real life bags of holding. I assume that if there was such a thing as a real life bag of holding, it would have to have some kind of weight. So you could put infinite things in them, and it would become infinitely heavy. So it would be useless.
Well, the point is, it goes into another dimension.
Yeah, but who says that that dimension doesn't affect the physical fabric or material of the bag of holding?
D&D
If anything,
rules.
you would
D&D
have
rules
it.
say that.
To be fair, that's not saying that it wouldn't be useful. You would just keep it in like a building. Then again, if you put it, it'd have to have a building with a really good foundation, because otherwise it would just bury her. Stop ruining my fantasy. It's already made up. I'm just adding other things that I made up to it. It can be magical. It's already magical. I'm sure it's
A mate of
fine.
mine runs a fairly big taxi company here, and he's by far the dodgiest person I know. Probably just a coincidence.
That's kind of hilarious. I like the fact that he's your friend. By mate, do you mean not friend, but
A guy that you know.
guy know? Like, I know we do use mate as like to mean acquaintance. Like, I have my best mate, but if I was talking to someone, I'd be like, mate, come on. And I could not like you and call you mate. An acquaintance, 100%. I mean, if the only thing the bag of holding does is make a portal to another dimension, all you'd be doing is moving the portal around. Probably not too heavy. That's fair, but shut up. I want to be obstinate. I don't care. Atom bombs were just two really big bags of holding that were put into each other. I mean, in a sense.
Isn't it like a running theory at the moment that our known universe is within a bag of holding?
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. In terms of taxis, so we thought the taxis this end would be expensive, but like not too bad to deal with. And that we were really worried about setting up taxis in where we're going. And it turns out, because every piece of advice from everyone that we know was, oh, you've got to make sure you've got people really wanted us to book like a fucking minivan that would have like several other parties in it, which sounds awful. So we immediately vetoed that. But then we were trying to set it up. And then after like looking it up for a while, most people who regularly visit this place said, just take one of the taxis outside of the airport. Like, they're good, they're fast, they're usually quite cheap, and you're not waiting there for a taxi. You might have to wait 5 minutes to get in a car, but other than that, they're regular. Just fucking take it. So yeah, we ended up going reverse on the making sure that we had, because even if we have to wait at the airport for a bit, who gives a fuck? The endless bottle of whiskey is dangerous. Don't knock it over. I mean, of all the apocalypses, the whiskey apocalypse,
Like the whiskey of holding.
the whiskey of holding spillage of 2026, that's definitely not going to happen. I don't think people would mind that much. Oh no, all this whiskey.
Yeah. A cursed bag of holding is different, yeah.
Is it hot over there as it is over here? Because it's way too hot over here. It is currently pretty warm.
It kind of fluctuates,
In
but
the
it's also really humid, so...
Yeah, the biggest problem is the humidity. It just end up like standing up and walking across a room and have it like completely dripping with sweat. It's ridiculous. Never take an airport taxi, they always bump up the price. Apparently, if you take them from the specific thing, they're really good. And a thing you have to bear in mind of sort of modern day is that it's not the same as it used to be, because they'll have like tracked things and you can like pull out your phone and make sure that they take you from where you are to where you're going instead of taking the piss. Like, from what we've researched, the comparative speaking of booking one to just taking one from outside the tax. Now, maybe we're wrong and we'll regret this after the fact, but from the experience of people who go there regularly, they said, no, it's more annoying to try and book something. The amount of taxis I've booked that just didn't turn up versus just walking outside and getting into the first one I saw. It depends on where you are, obviously, but this place, apparently it's the better option. I hate working outside in this weather. I think I lost my whole body weight in sweat. Ooh. Speaking of losing weight,
No.
I've, with only a few weeks until the holiday now, I was like, actually, that seems so much more reasonable. Like, with a short time span, it doesn't feel like forever. So I've decided to have a decently calorie deficit diet for the next 4 weeks. And I think I can do that. And it will be okay.
Keeping in mind, I have been changing a lot. I'm making a lifestyle change and actually exercising almost every day.
Keeping in mind, I'm better than he is.
I'm convincing him to come and do this with me because it's actually helped me like feel a lot better in terms of like I feel a lot less tired. But
I don't know why she's taking credit for this.
But he's like, I'm like, come and exercise with me, and he's just like, nah, I just won't eat.
Yeah.
He'd rather not. He'd rather eat like.
To be fair, my plan is
replacement meals and come and exercise.
any day that I'm not going outside to do stuff, I'm going to do some exercise.
Well,
but
yeah, we have to walk everywhere, so.
I've been doing exercise off my own volition, and it's about me. It has to be my own personal journey because I'm a hippie, apparently. I can't do it. It needs to be something I do on my own. It's like I was having this conversation with someone. Like, I can't stand it when I'm trying to do stuff in the kitchen and there's other people in the kitchen. It drives me fucking crazy. I will just leave and wait until they've all gone out to go back in and finish what I was doing. Because I'm big. Even not being a fat guy, I am 6'3". I have long limbs. I'm very flaily. Mrs. Sick was like doing something she shouldn't have, aka being in the kitchen while I was cooking, and she got burnt because like the way I cook, it fucking splashed shit everywhere.
Because you do things violently.
Yeah.
Instead of just doing it nice and slowly cooking, you like how to go.
I will do things the way that I do them. Thank you very much. If you get hurt in the process, that is 100% on you. It was a pleasant 24 degrees where I am, and it's supposed to be the middle of winter in the southern hemisphere. I mean, 24 sounds nice. It's when it goes like 28, 29.
I'm fine with up to, like, if there's a breeze, I'm okay with up to 28.
Hmm.
And I could even manage 30, but I'd have to be very slow moving. But you can't handle that hot, can you?
I go crazy when it's too hot. And actually, one of the kids we've discovered is just like me. Because when your head gets cooked, it actually drives us bananas. We can't fucking think. And it makes us very, very, I get quite angry. And she gets very upset. And it's just hotgry. Just very, very annoyed when it's too hot and I'm in direct sunlight. I have to. So the great plan going to a hot country, but the plan is to do almost nothing, so it should be fine.
Yeah, I just got a dumbbell set and watch workout on YouTube. I just work out by myself because when I'm trying to follow along with these exercise videos, one, they talk too much. I can't stand it. They're just like, "Come on, you could do it. Let's go." And I'm like, "Shut up, you bitch." And then what I'm trying to do is I'm just picking some exercises and then doing my own circuits, and that seems to be better for me.
Beans Marcus, it was a broken toe, if you are speaking of one of the sicklings, and it's absolutely fine. It's been weeks. It was probably reasonably healed.
It was like 3 days after she broke it. She was already jumping around, so
She was jumping the same day she'd been to the hospital.
she
and
shouldn't
back.
have done, but she was doing it anyway.
She just this flaily child. I don't know where she gets it from. Just immediately doing things she shouldn't.
What is your favorite type of exercise, so sick?
My favorite type of exercise is things that I don't realize are exercise until I'm finished and I'm really sweaty. I quite like rock climbing.
You like swimming as well.
I like swimming. I can't tell if I'm sweating after swimming. Imagine if you knew you were sweating after a swim.
Oh my
Like
God.
it was that much. You get out and all the pool water falls off of you, and then more water just comes out of your body.
Oh God.
Yeah, like there's things I like to do. I like cycling, but at the moment I'm very self-conscious about going out on a cycle, so I use an elliptical, I think they call it, a stationary push bike. I once got sick to the point where my sick was purple. That night was so hot, I started hallucinating that I was in a world made of sick. What else did I expect after eating Texas barbecue Pringles? Are they that hot? It's also the enthusiasm things people in the videos have. Oh yeah, way back in the day, I was trying to put on. This was less about losing weight and more about putting on muscle. But I realized that weightlifting is incredibly boring. But I was watching this guy called, I think it was Coach Kovac, and he just made me laugh. It was just very, very high energy, very positive.
I can't stand the high energy. It does bothers me.
I think if you're going to do the high energy, you have to go beyond and be like Mr. Motivator. Because he was always fucking funny.
Yeah,
he was entertaining.
There's a point where he just starts getting funny, but I don't like the whole "you can do it" thing. Watching some skinny wench on the screen.
Sick in bike shorts and helmet, or bike shots even. I'd wear some bike shots. I'm a bit of a fan of the shorts.
He wears 90s shorts though.
Yeah. Who best, Catholics or atheists? Depends on what they're doing.
Depends on their personality.
I mean, yeah. Like, who's best, a Catholic or an atheist? Depends entirely on the person. I know Catholic people that I really like. I know atheists that I do not. Like, yeah, that's not a judgment. Who's more correct? I'm going to assume the atheist. Who wears more silly hats? Probably the Catholic. But I do like to wear hats. So it might, if it was me, I'd win. How's it going? Just saw the new Superman film. Much better than I expected. David Corenswet, that is a name, is now my second favorite Superman actor. I've heard that it's quite good. Like, if you... there are people who haven't liked it because it's weirdly like it's serialized. It's like a set of stories. If anybody knows anything about the comics and or the DC animated movies, it's basically All-Star Superman, which is really good. Like that's a comic I'd already heard of, and then I watched the DC animated thing, and I was like, this is just really fucking good. Yeah. So I'd quite like to watch it. It looks like fun. Eric Prids, Call on Me is my favorite workout video. Call. I'm trying to think what song that is. My brain is immediately going to take on me.
Call me, call on me.
Oh, yeah. Call on me.
I like that song.
I'm the same boy.
I'm pretty sure that's on my workout playlist, to be honest.
One time on my BMX, I fell off the seat onto the rear wheel and jammed my balls between the wheel and the frame.
Ooh.
Literally used my balls as brakes.
Oof.
I don't know if I hope that's just a joke or... I mean, it's the fact that you said friction brake, whereas I said balls for brakes because it's much more punchy. But I hope that's a joke. But at the same time, it's kind of a brilliant story.
My favorite workout song is the beer commercial.
Yeah, like the beer size. It says, in front, in the mouth, in the front, in the mouth. The new Superman actor is a massive Star Wars fan. Okay. It's not unusual for a person who plays a geeky character to be a bit of a geek. I think it's usually beneficial because they actually know how to fucking behave. The only real aspect of the film that I didn't like was the character Eve. She was annoying. Thank Kal-El, she wasn't in the film very much. I mean, not every film can have perfectly enjoyable characters. Also, certain annoying characters, if it's intentional and it helps move the story, even if it's annoying, it can be a positive in a way. It all depends. I just went to watch it. It's really good, and people didn't like it since it was comparing things happening in America with Superman being an illegal alien. Like, films have always done shit like that, so who cares? If it's fun, then it's fun. And, like, you could just get over it. Ugh.
It is a common thing of people, like, blending politics with media. Now, yeah, they are interlinked, but sometimes maybe you should just enjoy the media for what it is, rather than trying to link it.
Well, I don't know if they're saying that the film did that intentionally or people are just saying it. I don't... If a thing's good, I don't care if it's got a fucking message. Like... It's about it being good. If, like, there are films where the message is ham-fisted and done so over the top where it's distracting.
Yeah.
And it's like, and they're ignoring, like, they fuck up important plot points because they so desperately want to push this other thing in. But, like, Superman is the quintessential immigrant. Like, literally, it is a part of his character that he becomes a real American, even though he's not from there. Which is like the American dream kind of shit. So it's always been there. So it's not like a big deal to bring it up, in my opinion. By the way, my dad jokes are a lot better when it isn't 5 a.m. I don't believe you. I believe they're always terrible. Ads are on? No. I so pissed off my local gym, no names, said I can't watch YouTube. It's Friday 8 p.m. I walked out and went to the pub for a whiskey. Is this actually true, or did you just want an excuse to go to the pub? I can't, as long as you're not playing it through the speaker of the phone. Like, if you were playing it through the speaker of the phone, like, no, bad. Like, you shouldn't do that. And I've been guilty of playing music on a phone, and now I feel incredibly embarrassed that I ever did that anywhere.
Yeah, I know.
You're right.
I got really
Relax.
I got annoyed
Relax.
with doing that.
This isn't your time to chastise me. That's
Yeah.
not what this is about.
That's what I always do, though. I told you not to do it, but you did it anyway.
Right. Just because I brought it up doesn't mean you get to chastise me about it again. Thank you. I don't bring up all your failures.
No, it's not all your failures, it's one.
Exactly. That's everything I've done wrong. That's what always gets me about these conservatives. The film depicts him being an illegal alien. Some were even saying he's not an illegal alien. He's from space, for fuck's sake. Yeah, I don't know. My girls and I actually watched Barbie and Oppenheimer the same evening. We ate out at the cinema and got a good thing out of it. Both movies were entertaining. We watched the Barbie movie together, and then she watched Oppenheimer on her own later.
Yeah.
And I still haven't watched Oppenheimer, and I feel like such an ungrown up.
Oppenheimer is very dense. It's a oof movie.
It does seem like a movie that is a lot of work. Did you hear about the outbreak of vampires? It was bad. Thank you, Zach. Much appreciated.
Lose a wrench for that. Thank you.
Let's all talk shit about CC from Winchester for old time's sake.
God.
She just doesn't like it being brought up at all.
No. I don't know why he needs to announce his name and his location and time. It's weird.
When will be the next Barnabas Nagai video? Or Nagy or Naj or however it's pronounced. I have no idea. It's one of those things that I don't think about these people for long stretches of time. And then I'm looking for something to do and I go, oh yeah, that person exists. I even have a list of everyone, not everyone I've ever covered, but like people I have covered regularly. So I go back through and go, oh God, I haven't spoken about him in ages. I wonder what he's up to. I do go and check and see if they've got something worth talking about. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. I never had good RCs as a kid, so own that I got kids, I got more toys than ever. Do you mean remote control cars? Because, oh my God, the amount of times as an adult I now look at cool remote control cars and I'm like, oh, want. And the excuse will be, oh, it's definitely to play with the kids. And like I would play with it for like 2 hours solid and then give them maybe 5 minutes apiece. Right, okay, you can have your go. 5 minutes. Okay, it's my turn again. The remake of Fawlty Towers will star CC from Westchester as Basil. Why would that ever happen?
God, Mrs. Sick is actually the Egyptian princess who was brought to the future in Mannequin. What?
I do not know what this person is talking about. Level Earth Observer, perhaps. See, that's someone I'm vaguely aware of, but you have to remember when it comes to... There's a few people that I know of, and then most of them, even if I've covered them, I don't fucking remember. So I know Hans, and then there's Roger Motherfucker, and there's Spirit Science, and then there's the Chuckle Brothers. Well, there's two sets of Chuckle Brothers. There's Ray Comfort and
his boyfriend, yeah.
And his boy toy. And then there's Kent Hovind and his boy toy. Yeah, and then I start to remember who exists. I guess I thought that I'd covered him more times than I thought, but Jordan Peterson is very entertaining to cover for me. Some people fucking hate it, but he always says such ridiculous nonsense that it's very fun to pick apart. his takes on theism and atheism are ridiculous. Like, I was looking through some of his old things, and he has this thing on atheism, and basically it's like, if you're an atheist, you just want to kill people. That's that's it. I can't imagine, and that's a real atheist. You're not a real atheist if you don't want to kill people because God or something. It's fucking ridiculous. I like your videos on other Jordan though. Yes. I mean, I don't like my videos on other Jordan. He's hard work. Are you talking about spirit science? Because he's work. Have you seen the things Terrence Howard said a few months ago? I have. And it's one of those things that I think I should cover that, and then I forget he exists. That is one of the biggest problems I have when trying to make content, is that there'll be a bunch of videos that I should probably look at that I just forget exist. That's one of the most annoying habits I have. What do you mean by Jordan? What do you mean by Peterson? And of course the Kermit the Frog. It's very, very amusing.
Yeah, that did not click with me until you mentioned it to me.
There's I think it's Jordan Peterson versus 20 Kermit the Frogs, which is very funny. And it came out so fast. Kermit the Frog was thrown under the bus by the US mafia regime. What the fuck are you talking about? I've joked about it before, but I do think Terrence Howard actually watches Spirit Science. There's no way that that isn't the facts, basically. He definitely hangs out in the same circles. Thank you very much to C-Dub.
Oh, hi C-Dub.
Thrill. Congrats to reaching 600 subs.
Thank you.
For Mrs. Six channel, where she plays the Vimeo James. She is starting Elden Ring tomorrow. So if any of you like difficult games, I mean, she always plays difficult games because she's like, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it right. And I'm going to make myself suffer and make it like real work. So that's fair.
I don't always play tough video games. I recently, like an hour ago.
For yourself?
Yeah, but an hour ago I was playing Cash Cleaner Simulator.
When she plays Vimeo James for herself, she plays just the easiest things in the universe.
Things there, I'm organising things.
Although she did make me buy her and me a copy of Peak.
Yeah, that's good. Which
she found surprisingly stressful.
Yeah, it was stressful because
I found it really fun.
Heights.
Yeah, So Mrs. Sick, in a game where there's no fall damage, if you jump off a building, like if I'm playing a game and I jump off a building, she shits herself.
Yeah.
And then she's been playing Night Rain, which has no fall damage and big falls, and she hates it.
It's horrible.
Did you see the thing about them getting the entire genome of an ancient Egyptian? That's interesting, if true.
Oh, that is interesting. No, I haven't seen that.
Are we going to start building homegrown Egyptian mummies and pharaohs and shit? That'd be pretty sick. Does she play Hello Kitty Island Adventure? She doesn't, but I kind of want to because it looks really fun. I like Animal Crossing. Can't help myself. I've been a fan of Animal Crossing since back when it was on the GameCube and everyone in the game was really mean to you. God, it was a better game when everyone just dunked on you all the time. Assassin's Creed is closer to becoming a reality. I mean, it depends on the Assassin's Creed, I guess. Does she play Mind Goblin? What is a Mind Goblin? I'm waiting for that to become that's some sort of joke. This is like D's nuts.
It is a joke.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Mind Goblin these nuts.
Fuck. I mean, I did guess the D's nuts thing, so
yeah.
To be fair.
Do I play roguelites? I guess technically Night Rain is a roguelike. Like, you do get level up stuff that you like little gemstones. What do they call them? Relics. So, I guess.
Level up, life up.
I'm happy to try new games though.
Yeah.
I just need like maybe I need a suggestion box. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean she's got a lot of games that need to be played. I need to still play fucking Liza P. Overture, which I bought almost. Well, I say almost straight away. It took a while before I found it on discount because I do not pay full price for games. Well, I almost never pay full price for games unless I absolutely have to, and I absolutely have to play it. My kids made me play Animal Crossing, and then they got upset when I took over the island. See, we had the opposite experience because I had a lovely island going. It was very pretty and picturesque. And then my kids were like, "Oh, Daddy, we like Animal Crossing. Can we make characters and play?" And I was like, "Of course you can, my dears. Why would I ever deny my children playing a Vimeo James that they can enjoy with their daddy?" And they fucking ruined my island. I couldn't play it anymore because they just would leave shit. They treated the island like their goddamn bedroom. And now, at least I don't have to move through their bedroom to move through the house. But in order to go through my fucking island, I had to walk through piles of their shit that they would just leave everywhere. And I got so frustrated. And I didn't want to, like... I'm such a fucking tool that I didn't want to move any of their stuff because it felt mean because they put it there for some fucking reason. And yeah. So I'm seriously tempted now that I have a Switch 2 and I still have the old Switch to basically allow them to use my old Switch and buy another copy of Animal Crossing just so they have their island and I have mine and I can finally be at peace. I don't know if I should start the game again, though. Why nobody plays Pokemon? Isn't it the ultimate RPG with all one will ever need?
Our kids play Pokemon.
There's other things that... I like Pokemon, though. Like, I've been playing Pokemon... Not Violet, the other one, Scarlet. Because... Yeah, it's actually pretty fun on the Switch 2 again because it's actually runs at a performance that isn't insanely bad. Does she play online games or just RPG adventure games? Are you talking about like competitive games or Momorpagas?
Well, you're about me or the kids?
I think they're on about you.
Oh.
We haven't said what the games the girls play.
So the main things I've been playing on stream are Dark Souls, and I did Oblivion for a little bit, but I kind of got like it was so buggy and it kept crashing and it started really annoying me, so I gave up on that.
Also, you were waiting for Night Rain to come out.
Yeah, and I was waiting for Night Rain to come out as well. But,
But yeah, she doesn't like competitive games. She doesn't want to become sweaty. But she does enjoy challenging games. Have you played the anime Horse Girl games? No. And, yeah, not... I kind of... Barbie Horse Adventure for the PS1. Like, it was a 3D action adventure game where you could get on a horse. That looked kind of... in its own sense, kind of cool. But I would be caught dead playing a fucking... I wouldn't be caught dead playing a Barbie game. I'll be frank. We forget about dreams when we enter reality, but we forget about reality when we enter dreams. No, we don't. What are you talking about? That's just nonsensical gibberish.
I remember a dream
Stop
I had
it.
years ago.
Yeah. I remember dreams, and I remember reality when I'm in dreams, and I get very confused that the dream world doesn't reflect what I know to be my life is.
Well, you lucid dream, and then you start doing backflips to check if you're in a dream or not.
Whenever I lucid dream, I'm shit at it. So I'm like, I'm dreaming. I have powers now. And I try and fly, and instead of flying, I like glide because I can't fly properly. No, couldn't fucking be that. I've made an entire fiction world based on a few dreams I've had. Fun. What is this reality you speak of? It's that thing that those stupid science guys keep trying to make real by pretending science is actually facts and not my book, though, or whatever. We forget. Oh, no. I don't know why I started reading that one again. Should give Fellowship a try when it releases. Fellowship what? Is that a Vimeo, James? Is it a TV show? I don't know. I tell you what I have been playing. I've been playing Claire Obscure or Expedition 33 or whichever way around that goes. That's really good. It's a very French and a bit pretentious, but it's actually like it's got its moments and the combat is like super satisfying. I saw this one fucking Reddit review where this person was just seemingly just completely fucking mad at the game for reasons I couldn't quite comprehend. My assumption is that they were just bad at it, because you can't help but assume that when a game is difficult and then someone goes, I don't like this, and the reasons that they don't like it are really arbitrary or like don't make sense or clearly show that they haven't gotten very far, I start to think you're just not very good at it. And they said the combat was mediocre. It's one of the most fun turn-based combat systems I've played in years. But yeah, it's genuinely really good, and it costs fuck all. And it has a big weird robot guy who says time for swim whenever you go in water, and it's just amazing. And I keep saying it over and over again. I've heard of Expedition 33, got it on my wish list. If you like JRPGs, it's French, so it's not actually a Japanese RPG, but it's very much in that style.
An FRPG.
It's very good, but it has a very steep entrance learning curve, and you have to like push through. It has a parry mechanic. It has a dodge mechanic. Don't use it. Learn to parry, and it makes the game way more fun. And once you're much later into the game, needing to parry really, really well becomes much less of an issue. But like the first few fights, just to get through some of the practice fights, you have to like perfect. You could dodge all of the attacks in the first few fights, and it would make them significantly easier, but learn to parry. Is it a skill issue? It is literally a skill issue. And I could see people coming into that game and being like, I fucking hate this. Because I was very borderline when I first started playing it. I was like, so I love it when I pull off a full counter, but it is very frustrating to get two-shot. The other piece of advice is put all your points into defense at first. Because it doesn't matter how much damage you can do when something does a big combo to you and kills you. So just, yeah. Learn to parry instead of dodge. What is this, Sekiro? To be fair, dodging in Sekiro is extremely important, and if you never learn it, you'll be quite bad at that game. Did anyone see the Fabio the Duck recreation? I don't even know what Fabio the Duck is, let alone what a recreation would even entail. Any good modern movies? I don't know. But I have been watching something that off the top of my head, I can't remember what it's called. Oh, it's not even a modern movie. That's what I've been watching, Imitation Game. On and off. Which is the one about Alan Turing making the computer that beats Enigma. It's quite good.
I watched it a while ago. So.
But that's not new. That's like 10 years old.
Yeah, that's old. I watched it a while ago.
But at the same time, it was like, 2015 or something like that. Oh, that's only a couple of years old. Nope.
Did you ever play Baldur's Gate 3? Yes, I did.
Played a lot of it. Never beat it. It is such a big game. It does get a little bit exhausting. If you're really into it, then you'll probably be fine. But I think the biggest problem, Baldur's Gate, any big long game with lots of talking in it, preferably, is something that I will tend to use to help Mrs. Sick go to sleep. But when it gets to a certain length, it starts to become quite exhausting because I'm playing this for like 2, maybe 3 hours a night. And so I end up missing. Yeah, I don't get to do that thing where you just sit down and you binge it for like 8 hours and like complete it relatively quickly. So I'll be with these games for months. Persona 5, well, Persona 5 Royal specifically. That was really good. But by the time I was on that final dungeon, I was really done with the game. But I did want to see how it ended. Fabio was injured by a goose whilst riding a roller coaster 25 years ago on March 31st, 1999. What? That is a story enough.
I love the idea of a goose called Fabio, though. That's such a cute name.
No, Fabio was injured by the goose.
Oh, right. I'd still like the idea of a goose called Fabio.
There's a new Pokemon game coming out. There is a new Pokemon game coming out. I think it's called like X and Z or something like that. They recreated the incident and the slow motion is hilarious. Okay. Okay, fair enough. A broken joystick is an outpatient procedure. I'm 90% sure that is true. Sick, I have to inform you, I am no longer an atheist. I have encountered proof of God. His name is Kyriakos Grizzly. He is the first member of the new Greek pantheon. Fair enough. That makes sense. I agree. Legend ZA, that's it. I was close. Can one actually be goosed by a goose? I guess it isn't a goosing like when someone walks up to you and like grabs you, much like a goose would. And so a goose's mouth grabbing you is in fact goosing. But can a goose goose a goose? Or can a goose be goosed by a goose? That's the real question. I have a stack of movies on DVD 6 foot wide, all region 1. I don't know why the region matters, but okay. There's no such thing as a new Pokemon game coming out. It's always 2 Pokemon games coming out. Apparently, well, Legends Arceus was a single Pokemon game. So you're wrong. Get wrecked. Destroyed with facts and logic. And I didn't see that there was another version of the other one. So I think the Legends games come out as single games. Who the fuck would know? What really pissed me off about the last games, the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, is if you buy the DLC, you can buy a DLC and then apply it to one of the games, and you have it for that version, which is really fucked up. So if you want it, if you have both copies, you have to buy the DLC twice because fuck you, which is really, really lame. Like, yeah, that's a very current Nintendo era thing to do. But what are you going to do about it? They make really cool games. And I want to play them. Have you tried War Crime Simulator, RimWorld? I have. I played it before it was actually out. It was really good.
Grandmaster sick in his element. Well, when he's talking about video games or tech, yeah.
Definitely. Did you see that Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 is out? I did.
Here and you go again.
Kind of want it because I like Tony Hawk's 3. I kind of don't want it because their version of 4 isn't Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4. It's basically the whole thing is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 plus some maps from 4, but you play it the way you play 3, which is just not the game that I wanted. I love Tony Hawk's 4. It's one of my favorite, like, X games, and they fucked it up. So yeah, I'm very, very upset. And also, it's quite expensive, and I want it on Steam, but there's nowhere I can get it because I usually buy it from like I have a Humble Bundle discount at 20%, but no one seems to be selling Steam keys anywhere. Not even the naughty websites for bad children. I haven't bought Pokemon games for the 2 games reason. If you want to play a good game, just dipped in to drop a bag. Stay sick. Okay, thank you very much, James. Right, the 2 games thing shouldn't really matter. It especially shouldn't matter if you know someone. If you know someone, not someone else who wants to play one of the games. But I can understand why it puts people off. But if you want to play a Pokemon game that doesn't have that, then play Legends Arceus, and potentially the same thing will be true for Legends A to Z or Z to A or whatever it is. I'm assuming that that's just one game, but I could be wrong. Tony Hawk 3 is peak. Yes, Mrs. Sick agrees with you.
I like Tony Hawk 3.
Yeah. So I would buy it because she'd enjoy it and I'd enjoy it. But I also don't want to pay full price on Steam. Mostly because I want to be able to play it on my Steam Deck. And yeah, there is ways to buy CD keys for it that are legitimate ones too, and they're all for Xbox/PC Steam. No, not Steam Store. The fucking Windows Store, which I do not want to do. I have an Xbox, but I don't want to buy games specifically for it when they work on PC. I buy games on PC and then I buy other system games when I can. Mostly I play my fucking Xbox for old Xbox games, to be honest. It's kind of just like the best version of playing a lot of these old games without using emulation, at least. How many geese would a goose goose if a goose could goose a goose? Yes. Do either of you play Zelda or Zelda likes? I do indeed.
He's obsessed with Zelda.
I am not even remotely obsessed with Zelda.
You play Zelda a lot.
I have been replaying Breath of the Wild on Master Mode since I got...
How many times have you played Wind Waker?
Oh, okay. Wind Waker's different. Wind Waker is literally one of my favorite games of all time. It's certainly my favorite Zelda game. But in terms of Zelda games in general, like Ocarina of Time, like I like that game and I appreciate what it did, but fuck me, is it ugly. People say, oh no, it looks good for graphics at the time. It's like, maybe it does, but it doesn't fucking look good now. It looks like hideous monster people running around. It's not good. At least graphically. It's still a fun game, although I've never beaten it because I was exhausted with that game by the time I got to the final dungeon. And I was like, oh, do I have to do another one? I get it that they're supposed to be the best bits of the game, but I like the running around in the overworld. 6, stop buffering. No, never. PC is moddable. See, while I always liked the idea of PC mods, and as much as whenever I buy a game, I think, oh, this could be moddable. Like the Tony Hawk's 3 and 5, my brain immediately went, oh, if someone mods in the proper fucking thing, I will be happy as a pig in shit.
You say 3 and 5.
Someone wrote Tony Hawk's 5, 3 and 4. As much as the idea, I'm not buying PC games on PC because they have mod support, as much as they often do. I'm rarely modding games on PC. In fact, I've modded, you mentioned Elden Ring, but I only modded that with the co-op mod. So it's just not the same. I rarely mod games these days because if I want to play a new game, I'll just play a new game. I have lots of things to play. What the fuck did I just join into? A terrible stream for terrible people. If you're not terrible enough, I guess you just have to put up with it. But yeah, like, Oh
my god.
What?
It's the SCP Council's here.
Are they? All right.
Show some respect.
Never. Mods are a nice bonus, not the make or break, but still a nice option. Yeah, that's fair enough. I like the option, and I like the conceptual option, but I almost never do it. I'm finally home. Do you want to restart the stream timer? Do you want to give me $500? Probably not, so... And I have work to do, so I'd almost prefer it if you didn't. But yeah, quick, hit the like button before Sir Sick takes your socks and spanks your ankles. That's probably the funniest thing you've ever said, Benji. That wasn't like a weird joke, or a joke that someone else would have almost certainly written. Major malfunction isn't terrible, they're just awful. I like that. I wish I was good enough to be terrible. I'm just plain fucking awful. But yeah. So these days, I have every console, basically. At least of the modern ones. I once saw Ruffled Rollit get $500 donation. It was in 2019 money. I've had people... I had someone, one stream, people gave like just under $900. And it was madness. But people were just like one-upping each other for some fucking reason.
If I said 69.69, would you continue for another 10 minutes?
If you actually did that, yes. I would continue for another 10 minutes. But you probably shouldn't, because it would be the worst value of money you'd ever spent, and you have 3 minutes to do it. Every console, Sick has the bucks. Well, yes and no. I bought them all using no interest credit. And I bought them all like separately by like a year apart, easily. So, and it's like the only thing I spend money on is hardware. I don't really go anywhere because I don't have time. And like we've got the holiday is the first time I've spent actual real money on anything. Favorite Care Bear? I had a Care Bear when I was a kid, and I think it was a lion. And being the imaginative little fuck that I am, I called it Liony.
I had a lion toy. I called it Aslan.
Which was juxtaposed to my other soft toy I had when I was very small, which was a rabbit, which I called, and get this,
drum roll.
Rabbity. At some point, Rabbity's ear became half, like it unraveled, and it got to halfway. Lionheart. I assume that's what the one it is.
I was a lot more inventive with the names for my plushes.
I just mostly didn't give a shit. Someone's like, what do you call it? I was like, I didn't call it anything. I guess I'll call it Liony. The fuck do you want from me? It's a toy. Favorite Care Bear? No. Oh, Mr. E. Why don't you look at the Care Bears and pick one? Hey? Instead of being a miserable twat. Yeah? That's the important thing to do.
Poor Care Bears.
I had a soft toy, but when I played with it, it became hard. Is that bad? Fuck's sake. I thought you would like Grumpy Care Bear. I don't fucking remember. I'm not saying that Liony was my favorite. I'm saying that I physically owned, as a child, this one plush that was a Care Bear and it was a lion, which presumably makes it the best one because it could presumably eat all the other ones. Mr. E has chosen strawberry shortcake. Isn't that a fucking My Little Pony? I could be wrong. I barely know enough about them. The kids watched them for like a couple of months. Yeah. So it looks like no one wants to give me 69.69, which is completely understandable. And I'll be fucking off now because
everybody tell
I, of
Sick
course,
to go to work.
I have work to do.
Get to
Or
work.
Hello Kitty. What is your favorite Hello Kitty? The kitty that says hello. I don't know enough about it.
Back to the mines, Sick.
All right, back to the beans mines. I'll catch you later.
Bye, guys.
Have fun. Bye.